All right. So as I speak with you right now, I have one of the comrades online to give us updates from the scene to tell us what exactly is happening. And then his comrade Komalafia on the stand is going to be telling us exactly what the situation is as we speak. Hello, comrade. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
All right, sir. Can you give us the situation updates on the comrades that were arrested, and then tell us exactly if you have idea where they have been taken?
Yeah, we understand about 8 to 11 comrades were arrested by the area F commander who personally led a detachment of policemen, the mobile policemen, to disperse us at the Ikeja under bridge this morning.
Okay, great. So, how did it all start? Because I was monitoring the protests since the beginning. At some point, the police joined. The comrades were peaceful. They held themselves. They formed the barricade and said they shouldn't mix with the police. The police tried to disperse them. They recruit at another location. I just want you to give us the narration because you were on ground. My crewmen who were on ground with you also had to escape because it became somewhat
By the way,
unsafe for everybody. Yes.
I understand a couple of journalists who also picked up, but I don't know the identity of those picked up by the police.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let's just continue. Just tell us how, because I wasn't on ground, I was
yeah,
just monitoring
well,
how it all
yeah,
started.
we were there, and as usual, in such peaceful protest, we made speeches and also um, sang solidarity songs generally to sensitize members of the public and make our statements. Then the police came, and at first they played a role of um, which we ordinarily were expect that they will play, which is to maintain peace, ensure that perhaps people who are not even part of our crowd will join to cause mischief or whatever. But apparently, their initial peaceful outlook was just to buy time, assess the situation, and reinforce. Because just as more and more of our people arrived at the scene of the protest, the policemen also increased in number. And at a point that I think they felt they were sufficiently strong enough in terms of number, they swooped on us and started firing tear gas. So a lot of protesters, a lot of our people ran into the adjoining markets and communities, um, while quite a good number were picked up. I understand some journalists were picked up. I can't ascertain exactly the identity of those picked up as at now, while 8 to 11 of our comrades have also been picked up. We are trying now to know the identities of those picked up, so that at least the whole world will know those that have been picked up.
Okay, so do you have idea any reason that that the police decided to swoop on the peaceful armless protesters? Do you have any idea?
There's absolutely no reason on earth for policemen to try to swoop on us. Um, we have always made this point that even under the military, we exercised our democratic right to peaceful assembly on several occasions. Though, of course, we also had moments of intense repression by the military. But of course, Nigerian people continually insisted on that right to peaceful assembly. And each time they arrest our people in the course of peaceful assemblies, we always challenge such infraction of the law, because it's simply an infraction of the Constitution and our right to peaceful assembly when police violently disrupt peaceful meetings and protests. So we've always gone to court and we have always won in court. There are countless, quite a good number of judicial decisions that has affirmed our right as a people to peaceful assembly, peaceful protest. And well, as far as we are concerned, at the Coalition for Revolution, we continue to insist on our democratic right to peaceful assembly and protest, irrespective of what the Nigerian police and Nigerian political authorities decide to do. The least we can do is to continue to affirm our rights in a so-called democracy. It will be tragic to yield that right, which at least will continually insist on under the soldiers. It will be tragic to yield that right now under a so-called democracy. So from our own perspective, we did absolutely nothing wrong. The rally was absolutely peaceful. We even right there openly, we also, those of us in the leadership of the movement also address our people to maintain absolute decorum. And in all our public statements, we have always affirmed that our people should maintain uh, good decorum and discipline. Because we don't want anybody to come around to blackmail anybody that our people are violent. And this morning that played out very well. Our people conducted themselves with exemplary conduct, very peaceful. They sang, they marched orderly in an orderly version, and even despite the fairly big crowd, and which disrupted the traffic at some point, they also made way for regular traffic so that the protest will not unduly cause traffic congestion and inconvenience member of the public. So as far as I can see, as a leader of that protest, that was a classic peaceful protest. There was certainly no reason on earth for the police to unleash the kind of terror and violence they did on our members this morning.
Comrade, I'm going to ask you this question, and sincerely, I'm going to be pleased if you answer it with all candor and but and with sincerity. Last year, today is August 5th, which marked exactly a year. The protest was supposed to hold last year. Police came in similar manner,
Yeah.
disrupted it, took
Yes.
some comrades,
Yes.
detained them, and similarly, clamped down on every. And this year again, they are repeating it. I'm going to ask you
Yeah.
sincerely, and I would like you to answer sincerely too, like you have been doing, to say, do you think protest is still working in a country like Nigeria? Do you think protest will still
Well,
address the problems of Nigeria in Nigeria?
peaceful protest is the last bastion of democracy. The day we let go our right of peaceful protest marked the end of democracy in this country, the beginning of tyranny and absolute despotism. It also marks the beginning of the possibility of extremist backlash. Like the saying goes, those who make peaceful revolution, peaceful change impossible makes violent revolution inevitable.
So,
If they
in light
continue
of
to
the
repress
quote you
our
just
people,
made, sir,
if they
in, la-
continue
in light
to,
of the quote you just gave, sir, that is by J.F. Kennedy. Those who make peaceful resolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. But you are doing a peaceful protest, they have been making it
yeah,
impossible. Do you think it will still work? Or do you think there's need for a transition
yeah,
altogether now?
we will continue to press. As far as our group is concerned, we continue to press on affirming our democratic right to freedom of assembly and the right of peaceful protest.
Okay.
But like we have said, yeah, it's a for now it might look like a ping pong game. There's also a process of building up. It's also a process of building up a momentum. As the momentum builds up, and we continually send that signal to the political despots that are lording it over us, it will become very clear that we cannot be silenced, we cannot be intimidated, we cannot be subjugated. We inhabit a land of free people. We will not let go our hard-won democratic freedom to anybody
Comrade,
who
are
may
you
want to
aware of
claim.
reports of situation from Abuja where some comrades, they were lied face down on the grass? I think that was at Fountain Square in Abuja. by
I
men
saw
of
the
the
picture.
military. Okay, if you saw that, do you
Yeah.
think what's your reaction to the way peaceful men, peacefully conducted men are being subjected to
Either
dehumanizing treatment?
it talks to the shallowness of our democracy. It talks to the fact that this democracy is only democracy in name, and that what we have actually is a brooding fascist despotic government. And it's not surprising. When you have a government that refuses to subject itself to basic social accountability in the management of public resources, we hear stories every day of hundreds of billions of naira pocketed by a few government officials. A typical exemplification is the NDDC story, where a few officials of NDDC pocketed $1 billion during lockdown. During lockdown, when Nigerians were under intense suffering, when people were actually dying literally of hunger, a few officials were pocketing into 1 billion naira. We heard stories of how they want to spend 64
Okay, I think there's network issue at
billion
this point. Okay,
to build a
poor connection
defense
there.
around
Sorry.
a country.
Okay, so sorry, people.
This we
Well,
can do
okay.
is to the least we can do is to speak out, to insist that the right things be done, that as a people cannot be criminally managed like of Nigeria to become the order in all over Nigeria. Because what is very clear is that if they continue like this and make it impossible for us to even assemble and talk and critique and protest the grand haste and corruption that and mismanagement of life of Nigerian people that is going on, then we are heading for chaos. And it's already here. It's already in the northeast part of the country, where we've been trying to cope with intense, low intensity warfare for over 10 years now. It's been on in the northwest part of the country. It's been on in central, northern part, middle belt part of the country. And we only pray
Okay.
that it will not only be contained in those areas, this problem will not spread to the southern part, where we have relative peace. But if they continue this way, the lesson of history, of course, is that the whole society must explode into orgy of violence.
Thank you so much for your time, comrade. I appreciate you. I'm trying to take another comrade in now to give us situation report
Oh,
at another location. Thank you
okay.
so much. I appreciate your time. All right, so gentlemen and ladies, I'm going to bring another comrade in from another location to give us the situation report. Prior then, I'll leave you with Dede Mabiako to continue with the revolutionary song that we were enjoying
What's
previously.
wrong with it? Wake up! Risen! The world let us go. Hey, African people. I said, which one we do? Wake up! Risen! Huh? Yeah. Yeah. That this is not the time for revolution. Yeah. This is not the time for revolution. Everybody now.
It's not time for revolution.
Human revolution.
It's not time for revolution.
African revolution.
It's not time for revolution.
Ethical revolution.
It's not time for revolution.
Economic revolution.
Revolution.
Cultural revolution.
Revolution.
Everybody. Jebu, jebu, jebu. Jebu, jebu. Oh. Jebu, 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 jebu. Jebu, jebu.
Hello.
Hello, comrade. How are you? Okay, great. Let's go live together now. I want to hear what you have to say about the arrest of comrades and the situation all together. Were you live
Hello?
at the protest?
Hello?
Were you live at the protest?
Yes, I was there
Okay, great.
live.
Just give us the situation report so far. We are going live together now.
Alright.
All right, gentlemen and ladies, I'm
The,
live with another comrade now who witnessed the way the comrades were manhandled and is live with me right now. Comrade, how are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So,
Yeah.
can you report to us
Yeah.
exactly how it all happened?
Yeah. Like in our tradition,
Mm,
that we are never scared of the regime. But the Buhari administration has shown how cowardly they can be by unleashing all the whole security forces on peaceful protesters, while bandits, herdsmen, and kidnappers are busy tormenting our nation, killing Nigerian citizens, in which this government has failed in its primary objective of protecting lives and property. We want to sound a note of warning to them, and we want to make it emphatically clear that there is nothing this regime can do to deter us. Our demands are still there. Our demands are still there. We we are telling this regime to face the issues that are affecting Nigerians and stop chasing shadows, chasing peaceful protesters about. The demands are there, in which we said they should end systemic corruption. We are also saying that education free at all levels. We are also telling this government that the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed the healthcare in Nigerian system, and we are telling them to invest in Nigerian healthcare to make it affordable for everybody. And this regime has failed from last year to even attend to any of these our demands. As I'm presently talking to you, the demands has multiplied more than the previous ones that we
hmm. Why the previous one has not even been met yet? Oh, I have trouble with the network connection right now.
demanded. And we are nothing. It is a sound of warning that nothing can stop.
Oh, we have network challenge yet again. Uh, okay, let's just continue as it stands right now. I'm gonna have to take the next comrade online, but before then, I need to do something quickly. Just a moment now.
Easy. Hey. Uchi, 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 uchi.
Shooting at us. Nigeria police, Nigeria government, enough is enough. Uniform. Enough is enough. We are not going to take this. Hold on. We are not going to take this again. No children is going to pay 25,000 naira for no COVID-19 negative test. No child is going to pay. How about people? How about parents? Who has more than 5 kids? Do you want to put an end to education? Where is the corona? Where is the COVID-19? Yes, it's. We are not in Nigeria. Market places have been going on. A lot of people have been going on with their businesses. Nobody has fallen. You can't call this scores that we could not even see. We are tired. We are done for. We are done for. We don't want this again. We are not going to continue like this. We want freedom. We want amenities to be put in place. Social amenities to be put in place. Enough is enough. You're shooting at us. You are just starting. Maybe you should go buy more gas.
This is my own message to the whole world. You can see this so stupid government we are running. The same people that call themselves governments in Nigeria, you know, you can see that we don't have government. Later now, when the social media will be flagging some people down on Facebook, you flag the people that is talking the right down on Facebook because they are saying the right thing. My message for this so-called the people that own social media, please, social media is for us to pass information because in Nigeria, our information cannot be heard. The so-called media houses, they are biased. They are biased. United Nations, all diaspora, you can see we are trying our best. We are just saying that the Nigerians are lazy. The Nigerians are not lazy. The so-called government, they are the one who working things right for us in this country. And we remain, we will still remain. We will stand for our rights. We will always stand for our rights. Because Showore want to stand for the right of this country and the right of the citizen, the right of the masses. That's why you get him arrested. Up to today, you have not freed the guy. The court judgment has not been proceeded. The guy went for court appeal for several times, nothing has been done. But you are doing your so-called Babu court.
Yes.
You are sitting down for so-called the politicians over there. And the so-called innocent man that you are arrested. Free Showore. And Showore is our next president in this country. If you like, vote, do Shangala election.
Right now.
That election una they do, this is going to be to an end because you are looking for war. This August 5, another August 5. What you did in last year, August 5, you are still repeating it with the so-called Babu police. The police will be say they no big job, say themselves they're hungry with 10 naira, 5 naira what they collect for road. Are they happy with their job? They are not happy with their job, but they are using it against us. I mean, they are using us against us with the citizens of this country.
My advice to the
oh my God.
My advice to the youth is that keep on ranting on Twitter, on Facebook. Where were you last year?
See,
where are you now?
If it's
what happened to cars, Southern Cardinals people?
Let's be honest. We don't need to take it.
My advice to you is that keep on ranting, abusing Showore, calling all sorts of names. A day is coming that you too will face this kind of things that we are facing. We are calling you to come and join us to fight for better government, for good things, free education, healthcare, whatever. We are calling you people. Just very simple thing that they can do. You can see what they did to NDDC, how they handle. Just keep watching us. Keep abusing us. You could see helicopters, they are flying helicopters because of us. My advice to you is that a day is coming that you too will want to protest, but you won't have the power to protest again because what? You've been a slave and you love the chain of your oppressors. Thank you.
Yeah. Everybody say yeah. Now let's get down into another underground spiritual game. When I say power, you go say enter. When I say enter, you go say power. Now let's go down. Yeah. Power. Enter. Power. Enter. African power. Enter. African power. Enter their mind. Power. Enter their body jaw. Power. Enter their spirit. Power. Enter their soul. Power. Power.
Position of authority. Our demand today is that there's a need for us to have a conscious political revolution. There's a need for us to have change of leadership. There's a need for us to have people who have clear focus, who have passion and welfare of the people and the interests of the people in their heart to take over leadership. This cannot be achieved by the political conglomeration of charlatans in position of authority. This cannot be achieved with the current political architecture in Nigeria. There's a need for us to allow people who are determined, who have the interest of people to take over leadership. And that's why we are saying no to APC, no to PDP, no to all these rascals in political authority. This country. I want to call on all Nigerians. Nobody should feel so comfortable in their bedroom. Nobody should feel so comfortable in their houses. Because this country is not safe. This country is not secure. Nobody is secure. Even in Nigeria today, police, soldiers are not secure. Even to
Power! Enter! African power! Enter! African power! Enter! Hey, hey.
Now this is Ondo State. Um, Ondo State earlier this morning.
Yeah, party for people who don't get the hose.
People no get
See, people who they suffer, suffer.
people they suffer,
Oh,
suffer.
people who don't get the food.
People no get
Ayakata, people who don't get the walkie.
people no get
People who don't get the hose.
people no get
Hey, yeah, the government when we get for Africa. Look good and one. And just the thief our money. They use less and the way them lie. They start to bury money for foreign bank. They bury money for tankio. They bury money for backyard. Even they bury money for grave. Yet they don't even think of the common man when they're supposed to say. No social service, no rule of law, no future. See, people they suffer, suffer.
people they suffer,
Oh,
suffer.
my people don't get the food.
People no get
Yeah, Paripaho, people who no get the walkie.
people no get
People who no get the home.
people no get
Oh, gbogbo nǹkan tíjọba ń ṣe nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà yìí o. Àníṣe gbogbo nǹkan tíjọba ń ṣe nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà yìí o. In the olden days, they sent a white man from the west, colonize us for Africa. But nowadays, from Libya and Mediterranean, our young men they sell themselves as slaves. Look, and the rulers of Africa they sell our future to Chinese from the east. Chinese here they go. Oh, so but the cuckoo they show you, cuckoo they tell them, cuckoo they make them know. The cuckoo they show you, the cuckoo they tell them, cuckoo they make them know.